So we got the Ivelisse situation. Haven't talked about it yet. I've got some questions from the patrons on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Hope you guys jump over to the Patreon. So no doubt about it. We saw this on the show. Now, I thought that they had said that this match had been edited because it was recorded. You know what I mean? It wasn't live. We actually thought it was live the other night. Didn't realize it wasn't, which really is also a testament to their editing skills. I mean, maybe they edit everything as if it's live, but you know, a lot of times with a taped show, you really see how taped it is, or it feels taped, or you know, it just feels like segments are being marched out after segments. Like, okay, here's the next part. Here's the next part. It's like when a good CD flows from the first song to the end and it feels like a story. A lot of times they sort of are able to do that. And those are the best when you can execute those instead of, you know, having it feel like, okay, now we march out another match and now our next match happens and now our next segment happens. It really all flowed together. So anyway, usually when it flows together, it feels more live and linear or whatever than this chopped up taped thing. So anyway, that's a side thing. So apparently these two got in some kind of they weren't agreeing in the backstage. They were arguing about something, or they weren't getting along somehow. Whatever happened, I don't know. But whatever it is led to Ivelisse being the one who wouldn't do anything, who wouldn't sell right, who was acting kind of strange. You know, she wasn't selling for Thunder Rosa, and then we had some shoot kicks in the match, and there was something we didn't see that they edited out. I don't know yet. I've heard people say that, and then I've heard other people say they didn't edit anything out. So I don't know what that is. They could have edited things out, and we don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, you can definitely see from these shots, this snapmare over. Ivelisse just kind of sits there and, oh, I'm just going to do my hair, and okay, I'm waiting for you. Okay, just put me in that hold. I don't care. Okay. Yeah, whatever happens, you know. Apparently wrestlers at ringside walked away. I don't know. These are the rumors going around everywhere. The bottom line is it happened. And to be honest, there's like no forgiving this type of thing to me. This is on national TV, man. This is on TV, on TNT. And this is like ridiculous. I don't have a job at AEW as a commentator. You know? I didn't get a job as a wrestler anywhere. And it's like, do you have any wrestlers out there would want to be at AEW on Dynamite, on TNT, seen by 1 million people wrestling in one night? Do you know how many people would like that? And Ivelisse just goes, whatever. Haha. And I don't, obviously to me this means that somehow Thunder Rosa got the better of her. I mean, for good or bad, I don't know what the fight or what this is about. But there's something that Ivelisse is not happy about, because Thunder Rosa is the one that's going out there, I think, and trying to still be the professional, I believe. Unless there's something I missed and we missed. You know, did Thunder Rosa like sort of like no-sell her on something earlier that we missed? And then Ivelisse was like, okay, you're going to do that to me. Watch what I'll do to you now. You know, I don't know. I don't understand. But again, based on all the things being said, this started in the back. So, you know, maybe Ivelisse was like, you know, you did this to me at Lucha Underground too, or whatever. I don't know. I mean, why don't they all we need to do is bring back Sexy Star at this point. Just bring in Sexy Star. You know, just go ahead. Go full get up. But I don't know, dude. This is just unprofessional to me. This is just really, to me, this is pathetic, dude. You're on friggin' TV. If I was Tony Khan, I would certainly fire Ivelisse. There is no chance in hell that match would take place next week. This tag match, they're actually going to wrestle each other next week. I mean, granted, I guess that in a way, maybe it will bring eyes to the show. Like, people are all going to watch, like, hey, I hope they get into a real fight. Is it live next week? I don't even know. Is it live? If it's live, then it's like a must-watch, right? But for not all the wrong reasons. I don't know, man. I think I'd fire this person. I don't care who they are. Or I'd at least suspend them for a long time. Or I wouldn't call them back for a while. I don't know. This is... I would be... Dude, if I was Tony Khan, I would be breaking stuff in the back. There would be a tables would be flipped over. Are you kidding me? I would have flipped the table over in the back. I would have flipped the hell out. But he probably just had the same goofy look he had on his face when the Young Bucks assaulted an official. That's probably what would happen. And we got your questions coming up here in a minute, by the way, from patrons. So we're going to answer the questions in a minute. You guys have wrestling questions? If there's something I didn't get to, leave it in the comments below. And you know that I'm live tonight, probably live for the SmackDown review tonight after WWE SmackDown. And then it's Monetize This. Jman from KC, the champ. Monetize this at 11:15 or so. When Tony Khan... When the Young Bucks super kicked the ref, and then Tony Khan appears to not even know that they super kicked the ref, he looked more like he got caught watching Pornhub during the show.
Yes, I was going to say that. He looked like he was embarrassed to be on TV.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh God, no, I'm watching Pornhub. What's going on?" He didn't look like a
Mom. It's a pop-up. I just clicked on something. Yeah, one of those.
I would have expected him as soon as the Young Bucks come back, he's already pushing his chair back and he pulls his headset off and does this type of thing,
Yeah, he's about to confront them or knows that they're coming to confront him. Either which way.
Really, guys? Really, guys?
Yeah, have him go into
that.
Again
that would have been
nonsense.
the look, but instead he's like, I've got money. Oh, you gave me money. It was
I'm watching porn and I got money.
It was just a weird. I had to go back to that clip from the other night's AEW review because it's just so weird. I don't know his reaction backstage. The other day, I asked questions for you guys on Patreon, and I just wanted to jump into those real quick. Jay Swiss on Patreon under wrestling questions said, "What are a few finishers that you wish were more protected?" Super kick is kind of one that I wish was more protected. Stone Cold Stunner is one that I wish was more protected. It was only a finisher, and most of the time it is, but sometimes I see a diving stunner and the guy doesn't get beaten, and it's like, dude, just hit him with a diving stunner. I think a tombstone is pretty protected usually. I don't see it a lot, and I think it always should be protected. I think if a tombstone doesn't take somebody out, it's kind of hard to believe almost anything else. Do you know what I mean? Same thing with a Canadian Destroyer. I feel like Canadian Destroyer should have always been a finisher. And Panama Sunrise, whatever you want to call something like that. But especially the Canadian Destroyer, it's same type of thing, but it's just kind of come on, these should be finishers. But then again, there's another part of me that says, man, you know what, it's wrestling, and as long as but you always believe that, listen, I could see a guy do a DDT a million times over, but I knew if Jake Roberts does a DDT, he's going to win. And that's because the guy he's the best at doing it. So part of me doesn't mind these liberties with finishers sometimes a little bit, because I don't necessarily believe it's the finisher that beats somebody. It's the person and when they use it. So in my kayfabe mind, I accept it a lot of times because I just believe it. I believe that a guy, I just believe that Hulk Hogan knows how to go jump up in the air, and he's so big that when he comes down on your head with his leg, you're knocked out from it almost. Or you takes the wind out of your sails, and nobody else could ever drop a leg like that. So you got to just kind of accept that make-believe a little bit, and if you do, you'll be okay. Listen, Jake the Snake Roberts, nobody DDTs a guy like that. Nobody does it right compared to him. That's why nobody wins matches with it, with the way Jake did it. That's why Jon Moxley has to do that sort of double arm DDT, because, only Jake Roberts could do the other DDT that way. Those are the type of things, that I figure, that they don't even, I don't even think about them when they happen. They're just automatically, those rules are built into my head, so I'm okay. But, you know, unfortunately, a super kick is just so overused, it's almost unbelievable. MK Kratos says, what are your thoughts on Tessa Blanchard returning to wrestling at an independent show? I have no thoughts on that. I mean, of course she's going to return. You know what I mean? She's going to be back. People claim she's a gigantic bee, you know, and so I don't know, man. I think she's pretty good in the ring. But, you know, I just you hear so much bad stuff about her. You wonder what the hell's real anymore. I don't really know. So I don't have any problem. Cool, keep wrestling. I don't know why she's not wrestling in Impact, you know. They got rid of her because she wouldn't show up or something. She seems like a problem person. That or Impact's lying. I mean, but who knows? Because Impact Wrestling is known to be scumbags, and she's known to be a scumbag. So who's lying? You know, I don't know. Who cares? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. MK Kratos, I guess it's what it is with her. Jerome Spicer says, "Who do you think the new women's wrestler for SmackDown is?" I kind of like don't care anymore. All these reports that Melina's coming tonight, so I think Melina is going to show up, but I don't think Melina's going to be the person. I think it's going to be, it really feels like it might just be Carmella, but maybe, I said it was Summer Rae. So maybe it's Summer Rae, maybe it's, I had Summer Rae, Carmella, or Eve. A lot of people thought Eve was back, so... Is it Eve or no? What's her name? The redheaded girl. I don't even remember her name anymore. The girl that did sliced bread as her finisher, or tried to do it. Was that Eve? I don't even. Eva Marie. Eva Marie. That's who it was. God, I like she was so bad. I tried to erase her in my brain. I went full on eraser. Jerome Spicer, man, thank you, dude. Cheers to you, brother. I run on Duncan, brah. I'll see you tonight. I'll monetize this, by the way. Aaron Embry says, whose switch from WWE today to AEW has helped improve their stock the most? Jericho. Are you talking about originally or just now? In my opinion, it's Jake Hager, he says. Let's see. Let's read this right. Whose switch from WWE has helped? In my opinion, it's Jake Hager. Well, Jake Hager's been there since the beginning, too, so I suppose that... So I would say Jericho. Jake Hager... Oh, wait a minute. Whose switch to AEW has helped improve their stock the most? Okay, so by their stock, you don't mean AEW stock. You mean the wrestler's stock. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's Jake Hager, the most improvement. He comes off more as a badass, minus the fact that he got eliminated by Sonny Kiss. I don't know, man. I can't agree with you at all on this because the guy did. He just got eliminated by Sonny Kiss. He's been nothing but a Neanderthal, like, fucking goof, you know, which I like, actually. By the way, don't get me wrong. I like what Jake Hager's done in AEW, but what, he's a butler, basically? He's like a goofy butler bodyguard character. He's like if Biff Tannen didn't speak, the bodyguard of Jericho. You know what I mean? Like Jericho's, it's like, I don't know how his stock has improved. To me, his stock was never higher when he was a WWE superstar, wrestling in front of 3.6 million people a week. The guy was a champion. The guy looked great. I don't think his stock has been any better than when he was in the WWE in front of 3.6 million people. He's in AEW now, being seen by under 1 million people mostly, and he doesn't say much. He's pretty badass, kind of, but a lot of times he's the big bully that fails, which I don't have a problem with. I like him in AEW. So, like, in your eyes, his stock may have improved for you. In fact, to me, I like him better in AEW. So if you were to say who's improved the most, who have you liked the most, it's still not him, though. I think it's Brody Lee. I think it's absolutely Brody Lee because now we get to see Brody Lee wrestle the way we know he can. But now he's also got these promos and this character going on. And there's other people, too, that I'd probably mention. But, I would put Brody Lee up there, number one. I mean, even Jericho. I feel like Jericho's increased his sort of stock by being in AEW, like showing that he really can put something over. But Jake Hager isn't even number two for me. Jon Moxley. I think Jon Moxley is above Hager to me. But, Jon Moxley really hasn't shown me much other than he kind of is just not much different, to be honest. I thought he was going to be way different. He's a little bit different, a little bit, but not a ton. And has he improved his stock? I don't think so. I think he took a little bit of that audience he had and brought it over, but he doesn't have the full audience he had before. So I don't see how his stock has increased. He's having the same sort of matches almost. The only thing different about him is he's more serious. That's really the difference. Jon Moxley, he's more serious, but that's about it. He had one of my favorite matches that I've ever seen him have against Kenny Omega in that sort of death Texas match, hardcore match, whatever you want to call it, they had. But yeah, Jake Hager, man, no, I don't think so. I think Jake Hager has just been a side piece, but a good one. Again, it's important for me to stress, like, I think it's good. I did throw up a last-minute Q&A as well, and you guys responded on Patreon to that also, so let's get to some of that right now. Gatekeeper Drew says, do you think anyone cares at this point that Melina is coming back? I mean, it's interesting a little bit, but not really. I mean, like, I'm happy to see her come back and get back in the WWE. I think she was pretty good. So, we'll see. We'll see how happy we are with her coming back. I'm not mad about it. I think it's good. I probably would have signed her too. So, not a big deal. I'm happy. Jerome Spicer says, do you think Raw will get better than what it is? I would hope so, but it hasn't been. Everybody says that every year. You think about this. I've been doing this since 2012. Straight up reviewing Raws since 2012, Yeah, every once in a while I came on YouTube in 2006, 7, 8, 9, and whatever, and I'd give a little opinion on something. But really consistently since 2012 doing these reviews. And every time it's always like, man, I hope Raw gets better. And do you think Raw will get better? And every year it gets worse. It gets worse. So how could I say it could get better when we've seen no signs of it whatsoever? And the exact opposite has happened, and it's declined. By the way, now is a good time to hit that like button if you guys want to support me. Stick that thumb up my ass. Parker says, how do you think current WWE followers view John Cena, considering he has only shown up for WrestleMania and Super Showdown events in the past 3 years? Are you surprised at how much he's distanced himself? By the way, please upload Off the Rails 3. Yes, Parker, that's coming. Yeah, I am surprised about that. I'm shocked. I was shocked back when he first stepped away. When about 6 months had gone by, I was like, wow, he's really going. He's really leaving. And then when a year had gone by, it was like, this is kind of crazy. And it's at the point now where it's like, man, we didn't know it, but man, John Cena really basically left. And we had no idea he was doing that. We thought he was taking some time off. And he would take some time off and shoot some movies and he'd be back. But who would have ever thought that he would be basically done with wrestling? He basically just out of nowhere became pretty much done with wrestling. And that blows my mind, man. I am shocked by that. I still am now to this day. But I'm not shocked at it from a career standpoint because, would you rather be touring around busting your ass, getting sore and pain and, for a whole year and make a couple $1 million? Or would you like to sit on a movie set for 3 months or less and, make $1 million? You can literally go film a couple TV shows and a couple of movies and make $5 million. Or you can go in 1 year, or you can go wrestle and kill yourself and make $2 million. you know, or $3 million or whatever it was a year. I don't know what Cena was getting. Cena might even be getting $5 million for all I know, but whatever the case may be, it's just easier. So good life choice, I guess. J-Rod says, do you think that Brock Lesnar will come back to the WWE or will he go back to the UFC? I hope he goes back. I hope he goes back to the UFC because I'd like to see a fight with him. You know, especially during the pandemic stuff and the COVID stuff and everything that's going on. Give me a Brock Lesnar fight. Give me a Brock Lesnar fight right now, please. I don't want to see him in WWE. I've seen it all. He ain't going to do anything that's going to entertain me in WWE at all. I'm telling you, it just won't happen. I don't care. So give me Brock Lesnar in the UFC, something that I can be entertained by, because he's not going to entertain me in the WWE. That's the way I feel. My name is Joe Cronin. Guys, tonight, SmackDown review is a possibility. I'll see you live if you're here for that. It will go out on Patreon. And then after that, we're going to be live for Monetize This at 11:15 p.m. tonight. Jman from KC, the wheel is up for grabs tonight, brother. And so much more to talk about tonight on Monetize This. Hope everybody's in the house for that tonight. Don't forget to join my Discord. The link is down below. Become a Discord member. And if you're a $10 patron or above, remember, you have VIP access on the Discord, so make sure you hit me up for that if you don't have it, so I can verify you on Patreon and get that fixed so you have the VIP access, because this weekend we're doing a community hangout, baby. It's a Discord hangout. Anybody, everybody, come on in and let's talk the trash. It's been a while since we've all talked on Discord. It's going to be fun. I'm Joe Cronin. I'll see you tonight, and hit me up on Twitter at JCS Commentary for Monetize This tonight. I'll see you guys then. And shout out to SquirrelMan7 for becoming a $5 patron. What's up, SquirrelMan? Thank you, brother. We'll be shouting out all the patrons tonight. 340 patrons to shout out tonight. And, of course, all the producers, the $25 producers, man. Thank you guys so much. And tonight we're going to be shouting out the producers multiple times on Patreon, on Monetize This, because producers, man, are keeping us level. Remember, if you're a producer, hit me up. It's been a while. Hit me up with a list of demands, brother. I'll see you guys tonight.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jay break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
Hey, what's up, JCS family? It's me, the Devil. Check out these other videos right now, or go to hell.